Crypto.com, Crocoin holders, we've got a video for you guys. I have an altcoin warning for you guys. We're going to be talking about the overall markets, going to be talking about Crocoin and why I am bullish on Crow, although I do think that we need to be cautious when it comes to altcoins. So without further ado, welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm maxi. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop in this video. All right, guys, let's start off with some bullish news here from 21 million. He's a very good friend of mine in the Cronos space. He says, "You are not bullish enough. Soon all the Crow will be bought and staked." And he shows a post from Trump's media group. And basically he says, Trump's social media wants to offer dual spot Bitcoin and Ether ETF, taps Crypto.com for custody. I would love to see Crypto.com custody some ETFs. That means more for their balance sheet. That means more fees for Crypto.com and for Cronos. And that means probably Crocoin being integrated into basket ETFs. And there will be just a consistent buy pressure on Crow. And boy, do we need that after the 70 billion minting of coins. We need to fight that sell pressure. You know, every single month we see 1.22 billion Crow coins get added to the market. Let's see the opposite. Let's see some buy pressure on it, right? Let's fight that, because we're going to have to with all that supply that's going to be trickling down and suppressing the price. We need something else that will help set that higher. And I think that with basket ETFs, if they are holding Crocoin, people are buying a Bitcoin ETH ETF that also has Crow in it, then you're going to probably see some buy pressure. That's what we want to see. So looking at Crocoin right now, we are breaking down a little bit below a very important support level of 0.0992, and I've been talking to you guys about this, saying when you break below this level, you start to go towards 0.0830, which is a magnet. Crocoin loves to trade on this and come back to this level, and I think that there's a chance that this does play out and we do come down here, especially what's going on in the world right now. Guys, we cannot get away from uncertainty in these markets. Bitcoin is going higher and higher, but the altcoins are getting beaten up and beaten up because, guys, altcoins are risk on assets. Bitcoin is a risk on asset, but guys, guess what's riskier, okay? Altcoins, meme coins. We need retail to come back to pump the altcoins. And to have that happen, the retail has to have money, guys. Retail doesn't have money. And that's what I'm kind of giving you this altcoin warning, that retail is too busy worrying about paying for their groceries, paying for their gas, paying for their car, paying for their rented house, because the overall macroeconomics of this world have been very, very tight and brutal. And you can see, if you look around a little bit, the economy is not in a very good place. And with that, you have the Fed with very high interest rates, still quantitative tightening. It's more and more sell pressure on the traditional market. And guys, let's be frank here. When the stock market sells off, crypto sells off, okay? When the stock market goes up, usually crypto goes up, okay? It requires the right environment. We're really just waiting on the Fed to pivot. We need quantitative easing to come back. We need Jerome Powell to cut some rates. And then I think we'll be in a little bit more of a better situation. Guys, I will say that the overall market uncertainty is heating up because of all these conflicts going on in the world. And people are getting worried. I get it. But guys, be patient. I still see all the building happening, like you see with Trump trying to tap into Crypto.com to be a custodian for these ETFs. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's a whole new way for them to be making money. And guys, the more money Crypto.com makes, the more, in my opinion, the more likely Crocoin will rally. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. That's not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys my opinion on these markets, and I put my money where my mouth is. So what am I doing right now? I'm trading, scalping. I'm long Crocoin right now. I'm up about 8%. It's only a $100 trade, but I'm up 8% on it. I'm just scalping, guys. I'm scalping altcoins, high leverage scalps, long and short, so I can accumulate more Bitcoin. Because, guys, I do think that it's very risky to be going hard into altcoins right now, especially with all the uncertainty looming. Now, I will say, the Fed has projected 4 interest rate cuts in 2025, and we've seen 0 so far. So as the clock ticks down, 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 you should be expecting a big shift, and that should be somewhat of a impulse to, okay, retail will be in a little bit of a better environment, and thus there'll be more money flowing around, and thus risk on assets will be in a more favorable position. But guys, right now I'm just scalping alts. I'm in a, I think like a $3,000 XRP position that's up about $1,000. I'm in a Crow position up about $10, 10%. Not bad, not bad. But guys, if you do want to trade alts and you do want to leverage and try to just capitalize on this volatility, check out in the description box below or pin comment down below. Sign up to Below and you get a $5,000 sign bonus. Click the link, deposit, trade a little bit, get a bunch of free money. I also say, you know, I am starting to promote the Crypto.com Visa cards as well. Talk about another way that Crypto.com can make more money. Originally, they just had these Visa debit cards, but now we have Visa credit cards. You can spend your crypto. So I think that that's another great bullish catalyst for Crypto.com. If you guys want a crypto debit card or credit card, you can check out that link down below as well, and you can get some cash back in crypto when you spend your crypto. Pretty cool stuff. So looking at Crowcoin right now, we're at rank 36, down about 10% in the past 7 days, about 0.24% in the past 24 hours. Guys, today was a pretty good day, and then the altcoin market got scared. The traditional market was nice and bullish. Saw some big green day, but guys, at the end of the day, we're seeing more concerns about the conflicts going on in the world, and people are getting spooked. It's just the name of the game. But I will say, I do really want to emphasize on this that every single time this has happened before, I remember back in April of 2024, I was in Switzerland, and we saw the big news of the conflict starting in the Middle East. And everyone was spooked. The market was dumping and dumping and dumping, and it was a fantastic buying opportunity. I'll say that it's probably the same situation right now in front of us, okay, guys? Just now, that's not financial advice, but I'm going to be taking advantage of that, and I'm going to be capitalizing on that. I'm going to be buying alts. I'm going to be buying Bitcoin. Not too much alts, but I'll look for entries for long positions. The only thing I'm really buying will be Bitcoin and equities at this point. But guys, I am trading altcoins, okay? There's a difference between trading and investing, all right? So looking at Cronos right now, we are at about a $2.73 billion market cap, down about $250 million over the past week or so. We're only down about like $20 million over the past day. Yesterday I made a video. We were up about like I think we're at $2.75 billion. We're seeing 24 volume, kind of low, but up 30%, around $20 million. And the overall market, guys, like Bitcoin is kind of ping-ponging around here. So I'm really telling you, if you want to be taking advantage of this volatility, do some leverage. Now, I do think that it's very trappy behavior. And I think that, like, I'm not looking for long-term positions other than, like, if I'm looking for entries. Like, I think there's some good knife-catching opportunities that are probably going to be playing out here. If they already have not happened. I mean, my XRP position was a knife catch, trying to get a good entry, and I think I'm happy with my entry on it. I'll probably increase the position size to a larger trade at some point if we get confirmation. But guys, I expect trappy price behavior. So with that volatility, there's big swings, and you can make money on the way up and on the way down. So that's what I'm going to probably be focusing on here. But looking at Bitcoin dominance, it is slowly grinding up higher and higher and higher. When you exclude stablecoins, we're basically at 66%. It's pretty high. It's pretty high. When you look at Bitcoin, guys, if you've been watching, you know, I really want to emphasize, you know, it's not big bear, that's it, we're going to zero. No. If we close on the monthly time frame above, really anywhere above like 106,000, I really would say like 107,000. That's, in my opinion, like you look at market cipher, you have a green dot on the momentum wave. It's above the 60 line, which is like the bull market territory, in my opinion. You have the RSIs curling up. If we get that closure above like 106,000, 107,000, I think we're going to be front running Q4, and we should expect new all-time highs in Q3 of 2025. Now, the reason why I say that, because I don't want to say an ideal world, but ideally, Q3 is a sideways chop. Sluggish behavior because the big money's gone. Hanging out with friends and family. Touching grass. Away from the computer. That being said, guys, doesn't mean it has to play out that way. I do think that the invalidation is 106,000, 107,000. Monthly candle closure in June. You're going to see us front run Q4's gains. But guys, I just want to say, be patient. I know you've been patient. I know altcoin season and this bull market cycle has been very rough, guys. I've been in crypto for over a decade at this point. And this cycle, when it comes to altcoins, has not been very nice. It's been, you couldn't just buy whatever you want and it goes to the moon. No. It wasn't like 2017's ICO boom. It wasn't like 22's meme coin boom. was much more difficult this time because there wasn't all that free money floating around. Now, I do think that altcoin season will come at some point. I do. But I don't think it's going to be as easy as everyone's expecting it to be. You're going to have to be looking for the right coins that have shown momentum, that have shown strength. And you're going to have to do some technical analysis. You're going to have to look into the team as well, the fundamental analysis. You're going to have to look into seeing how many coins are they printing? Are they inflating? How much is the team selling? What's the allocation? Actually looking at tokenomics. But that's all I got, guys. I'm bullish on Crow. I think Crypto.com making more and more revenue streams is bullish for Cronos. That's all I got, guys. If you like some content, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Follow me at 333 Black Sea on Twitter. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.